top 10 fragrances in my collection of all time. Well, so that's what we're going to go over today. Actually, it's really a lot harder than you think. I'm going to give a couple of honorable mentions. And, this list changes. So just give a little footnote there as I smell new things or as my nose changes, over time you start fragrances that you used to really, really like, they end up falling down on your list a little bit. So just a little footnote there. We're going to start off with two honorable mentions. The first one is going to be Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This right here, it's man. And when I made this list, I'm factoring in what I really, really love, mixed with the quality of the fragrance, mixed with the reactions that I get. All that's kind of combined into this review here. And so Bleu de Chanel, man, it opens up with the bergamot, the lemon, the mint, that signature type of combo right there. But man, this one, when the lavender comes through and the little like a pineapple, and there's some woods down, and as it dries down, the sandalwood, the cedar, it has some tonka and even some amber type accords in there in the dry down. What a combo. So versatile. You could wear this in many different occasions. I tend to do this more dressed up, more special. This is not something I just wear going down the street, but it can work in any situation because it's so versatile. You can wear it different times of the year. And so that's what I love about this. I know this is a dumb reach one in some ways because I know I can put it on and it's going to work for every setting. But all these tend to wear a more special occasion because they cost a little bit more. This one will run you about $150 or so, depending on where you get it. So that's an honorable mention. The next honorable mention is going to be Marc Antoine's Ganymède. Beautiful bottle. What a presentation here this bottle is, that gold. And man, this is one of the most unique fragrances in my collection. It's not for everybody. It's not as mass appealing as Bleu de Chanel. It opens up with the mineral and suede accords. It has some saffron in it, which gives it a nice mixed with that osmanthus accord, which gives it a nice leather. The osmanthus gives it that leathery, milky apricot type of accord in there, and then has immortelle in there, which is a honey and tea type of accord. And it's just warm. It has some spices in it. It kind of has an oud type of feel to it as well. And it'll run you about a small size, run you about $130. And it's just so unique, and I really do enjoy this one. So these are two honorable mentions on this list here. And I hate to rank these because they're all 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D type of fragrances. But coming in at the 10th spot is going to be Parfum de Marly Harrod. Now, man, this is one of the first fragrances I actually got when I started collecting. So it was at the top of my list. It was like the best thing I'd ever smelled. I'm like, oh my goodness. I just couldn't believe how good it smelled. It opened up with the tobacco and has the vanilla, the cinnamon accord. So it's sweet, it's warm, it's just such a good fall and winter type of fragrance. It has the warm spices in there, and it screams of the holidays and the fall and winter. And I just really enjoy this fragrance. Most of these fragrances are going to be upwards to the $200 range. I think this one is in that range too. I'll leave some links and some notes down below so you can kind of take a look at that. But Harrod Parfum de Marly in the 10th spot. Get your nose on it. Coming in at the 9th spot, and some of these I ranked a little bit lower also because of the performance. Like with Harrod, it doesn't last a super long time on my skin. It doesn't project as much as I would want it, so it's a little bit lower on the list because of that. I had to find something to knock it down, right? Next on the list, this is the 9th spot is Portrait of a Lady. Man, and I know I rave about this one right here. It might be shocking that it's as low as it is on the list, but first let me talk about it. It is a good rose fragrance. If you're afraid of rose, don't know much about the rose fragrances, man, this is just a gem. Glad I have it in my collection. The rose, the patchouli, it has the sandalwood, gives it a nice rich and woody creaminess. It has some vanilla as it dries down, and just maybe some amber cores, but it's all about the rose. It's all about the rose and the patchouli, and it's just in the sandalwood. It is a good fragrance right here. It doesn't project and last as long on my skin as maybe I would like, but man, the reactions are just, people love it. People love it on me. I love the smell. Good fragrance. Run you a good $150 and up. But Portrait of a Lady, get your nose on that one. Okay, next on the list, and I'm not going to try to go too in depth on these because I've talked about these on my channel, all of these at some point or another. Next one on the list is the Tux, Maison Alhambra The Tux. And I don't have a full bottle of, I've sampled This Is Cloning Tuxedo by YSL, which I have a sample of that, but I have not a full bottle of that. So for that reason, the Tux is, man, talking about something you can get for $35-40. Oh my goodness, this right here, it's classy, sophisticated, man. This is something you can wear as you go to a fancy event, a wedding. It opens up with the patchouli, has the ambers, the vanilla, does have some floral notes in there, but it has some spices and some leathery chords as it dries down, some woody chords. Man, this is just, it's elegant, it's classy, just like the name says, the Tux. Yeah, you could I dress this one up. I'm not wearing this to the mall. No, you dress this up, and man, you're gonna smell really good. So one of the most affordable, probably the most affordable one on this list will be the Tux, and that's coming in at the 8th spot, I believe, right? Yeah. Next on the list here is going to be, and this will be in the 7th spot. Sorry, I'm mixing up my counting here. This is Parfum de Marly, and this is Oajan. I could have put what is it? Angel Share. I'm looking at it right behind me. I could have put Angel Share on this list, but this one right here, Oajan, I don't know. To me, it's just a little bit better than Angel Share. It has the same type of cinnamon. It has the honey accord. It has the osmanthus in there, which is that, as I mentioned before, like an apricot, leathery, milky type of accord. But the benzoin, the labdanum, which is the resins and the ambers that are in here, mixed with the tonka, the vanilla. It has a little patchouli and musk, but it's just a little less sweet and candy sweet like what I get from the Angel Share, and I just really enjoy it. Get your nose on it, but this one is costly, and there's so many more affordable alternatives. This one is like $300 and up, and that's the hard part about this. It's just quite expensive. So that's Oajan by Parfum de Marly. Next on the list here, I think we're at the 6th spot, is going to be Tom Ford's Oud Wood. And y'all, everyone, if you're on my channel, you know how much I love Oud Wood. This is one of my first loves. It's always going to be probably in my top 10. But this list does change as you smell new things. This one right here, it has that nutty, woody type of accord. Has the oud in there. It has the sandalwood, the warm spiciness from the cardamom, and it's just rich and creamy and ambery and leathery. Some vanilla, tonka bean accords in here as well. It's just a good fragrance. I really enjoy it. Get your nose on it if you haven't. This is something I think everyone should have in their collection. It's a safe Western type of oud that is actually still mass appealing, and so you'll get good reactions from it. Next on the list here, we're going to go with, and it's kind of hard for me to put this down this low because this is usually in my top 3, but Amouage Jubilation 25. And this sometime, if you catch me several months later, I'm going to be wearing this in the winter more. It might move up my list, but this right here, it doesn't project as much on my skin as maybe I'd like, but man, this is just get your nose on Jubilation 25. The amber, honey, cinnamon. It has I think it even has some rose, and it has a number of accords in it. There's some leatheriness, a little kind of a spice, a warm spice to it. Just elegant, class in a bottle, sophisticated. You could get this for $150 to $200, so it's not as bad as some of the other ones, but you can't go wrong with this. It's such an elegant, amazing fragrance in my opinion. Dress it up, and that's in the 5th spot. In the 4th spot is going to be Oud Satin Mood by Mason Francis Kurkdjian. This right here is, man, it's almost beast mode in some ways. It really projects. It is strong. You do not need a lot of sprays on this, but another rose, vanilla oud type fragrance. It has the benzoin. It has kind of a vanilla, caramel vanilla type of vibe as it dries down. It has a couple different kinds of roses, some of that fruity rose kind of mixed with the traditional rose, and then it dry down. You're gonna get some of that it gives you that cinnamon, honey, lemon type of vibe. I'm not saying that those are the accords in here, but this is once again a rose, oud, and vanilla type of fragrance. It is, man, some of the most compliments I've ever gotten has been from this, and I just love it, man. It lasts all day. Like, you need to work to get this off. Like, it's a really strong fragrance, and I really love it. Get your nose on it. I think it'll run you a couple $100 if I'm not mistaken, but you might be able to get it for cheaper. I have to check it out. Next on the list is going to be in the 3rd spot, which will be Naxos by Xerjoff Naxos. Man, this is just, look at that bottle. Beautiful gold cap, and this is just I'm gonna be wearing this a lot in the fall and in the winter here, so we're already here. It is the lavender. Oh my goodness, the lavender mixed with the lemon, the tonka, and then the honey, the cinnamon, the tobacco, the vanilla. So it's taking everything I love in fragrances and mixing it with that lavender. It gives it that, lavender is more of an old school accord, and it just works well. I dress it up. I wear it to church. Man, I wear it in many different occasions, but more dressed up. But you can I definitely wear this casually too, man. I will do that because I just love it that much. Couple $100, man, one of the most complimented fragrances of all time in my collection. Get your nose on it. Oh my goodness. Second spot, man, it was hard, but as of right now, Mason Francis Kurkdjian Grand Soir. Just look at the bottle. Look at the bottle. That alone is going to tell you what you need to know. My goodness. The ambers, the benzoin. If you like benzoin, if you like those resins, those sticky gums, the vanilla, the tonka, has such a nice almond vanilla type of chord in there. It even, of course, it has some of the lavender, not as much lavender as like Naxos to me, but it has the lavender, labdanum, which gives it that nice ambery, a leathery accord. Man, this, when you wear this, the reactions, people will stop you in your tracks. Like, what is that? It's just amazing. It is. I will be wearing this. This is not one you wear walking down the street to the store, but I might do it anyways. It's really a dress-up one to me. Look at it. I mean, it's just elegance. I don't want to waste it. I have some other ones that I wear, like Eternal Oud. Like, I'll use that because that is very close to me. Some people don't think so because it has that plum accord in it, but I think it does. That one costs like $35 versus Grand Soir run you, who knows, $250, $300 or something. It's quite pricey. So, and last but not least, in the number one spot. I'm sorry this video's going long, but Dior Homme Parfum. My goodness, the iris, rose, leather. I check out my other videos. It's hard to find in the States and here in America, but it really should only run you a couple $100. But you got to catch it because they're hard to find out here. But it's just one of the best smells I've ever smelled. I don't say this one's for everyone, so I do think you would want to get a sample of this one. Just because this is my number one doesn't mean you run out and get it. This is not like mass appealing like Bleu de Chanel or something like that. But man, Dior Homme Parfum, number one in my collection that I have. So I hope you all enjoyed these videos, as I gave you 10 fragrances plus 2 honorable mentions of the top 10 fragrances in my collection. And so I hope you all enjoyed. This is Marvin with Preaching Sense. Catch you all in the next video. I'm out.